Hello there, Earthlings.
Hello, sapiens.
In truth, what can one say about our lawless world? After isolated disasters in Iraq, Libya, and Syria, now they are setting the whole Middle East burning at once. Whose fault is that? Who started things this time? Iran? Well, Iran has been killing its own people for the past 47 years with no concern from the West. What is new this time? Is Iran not obeying the world's superpower bullies?
What has changed from the time that emperors would roam the planet, killing, enslaving, and doing as they pleased? From then to today, thousands of years have passed. But the selfish gene is still strongly at work, killing, torturing, and conquering as always. The clothes of bullies have changed from togas to suits, but now the weapons have become so sophisticated that where they used to kill one at a time with a sword, now they kill thousands at a time. From Hiroshima and Nagasaki with American atomic bombs, to today's AI surveillance and targeting of whomever they want eliminated.
Why does no one interfere with what Israel does to Palestinians or take any proper action to stop the killing and destruction in Sudan? Or again, as always, the Iranian government is slaughtering their own citizens. But just now the world noticed and is attacking Iran. I still cannot understand how, at this point in the progress of our history, one president can send his army into another country, kidnap its president and his wife, and throw them in the jail. There is a huge show out there, people.
They said Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. He did not. They still attacked them, destroyed their infrastructure, and since then are taking their oil. Now the talk is about Iran. And it's criminal how they move in wherever they wish and destroy. Who will stop the killing? Europeans? They're the ones who came to North America and simply took over with mass killings of the First Nations of this continent. They are used to the conquering game. Behind the scenes, many North Americans and Europeans don't care much about the rest of the world, as long as they live comfortably with what their governments bring in from the resources of the rest of the world.
Isn't that painful to watch? And what about the Gaza ceasefire? Since October 10, 2025, when it was implemented, over 600 Palestinians have been killed, and they are still hungry and need medical supplies. Now they are talking about a peace plan from a board of peace that include no Palestinians. How can outsiders decide on the fate of their nation without their involvement? What am I saying? Did anyone ask the First Nation of North America before Europeans just came over? No.
Hey, we are coming to take your lands, put your children in our school system to raise them the way we see fit, and push you back to the least fertile lands. Accept or we kill you. And they did in America, Canada, and Australia, and also throughout Africa and Middle East. All that happened with Europeans, and they are still deciding for all the other nations on this planet. Nothing has changed. What progress has there been in our history? Still just aggression.
True that. And now for my birthplace, Iran. They are keep saying they cannot have nuclear weapons. Who says that? America, the only country that used them against civilians. Well, how about no one has those weapons? Not Iran, not anyone. We all know a lot about the brutalities of Iran's regime. We also know that the NATO allies do not want democracy in the Middle East, but instead prefer a government that tightly controls their nation. That was why our revolution of 1979 change to a theocracy instead of democracy. And today is not for freeing Iranians either. Nobody cares about them, as they are bombing and killing them daily.
But is the only option bombing the people of Iran? The country already has water shortages and sanctions crippling the daily lives of people. Why hit hospitals in Iran like they did in Gaza? After all, they said their goal is to free Iranians. Why hit schools, homes, and cities? Who's going to repair all that? Oh, another board of peace? The Iranian people were changing their government in 1979, but NATO interfered, resulting in a regime that started killing their own people from the start. Why has the world been watching their suppressions of protests and executions for the past 47 years and done nothing? Well, the capitalist empire does prefer absolute obedience, but now the Iranian government is not obeying their orders, so the bombs start falling. Iranians can change their government again themselves if the world lets them.
To the ones who follow the lies on the news, be vigilant and care for the well-being of all. I am sure many of you know very well how dangerous all these wars are for our environment, our drinking water, our air, our food resources. War in any shape and or form is not good for anyone, particularly for the people who live at the center of wars. Right now, Tehran is very short for water. How are they putting out the fires caused by those bombs? How is any of this helping Iranian?
We are all living on one planet. Don't ever think the pain and pollution stays in one place only. In this interconnected world, it's selfish to think that the toxins damaging one part of the world won't affect your part. The pains of others is ours too. Watching the news makes us feel sick. Not watching it is selfish.
I would rather to be stressed, but know what is going on my planet, even if it keeps me up at night. Examine the world around you. Consider the events.
And think and act as an intelligent, altruistic species should.
I am fearfully watching and fretting about the fate of Iranians trapped in Iran.
I am sadly watching to see how far the criminals of this planet will push into other territories without permission.
Do you know how many bombs are falling and where?
Do you know how many people are being killed around the world daily?
If you say it is not me, I don't care.
I say your selfish gene is hard at work.